Hello there, Tony Baker from Six String Country, and today we're going to go over a fun percussive strumming technique that will breathe a little life into our strumming patterns and allow us to play in some different styles and feels. So what I was just playing, we only need to know 3 chords. This is more of a right hand lesson than a left hand lesson. I'm playing a G like this, 3, mute that, open, open, 3, 3. And then a standard C chord, which starting on the A string is 3, 2, open, 1, open. And then a standard D chord, which is open, 2, 3, 2. All right? And the technique is this. It's that kind of muted percussive hit that we're getting in the middle of the strum pattern instead of All right, so that's what we're going to learn today. It's a 1-4-5 progression. I'll even talk about at the end how we can switch this around and do it in pretty much any key that you want to. All right, so what we're doing here is down, up, mute, up, 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 down, up, mute. And what we really want to focus on is that mute. Down, up, mute. And what I'm doing with the mute, every time I'm saying mute, I'm lifting my fingers up slightly so that they're touching the string still, but they're not touching the fret anymore. So you're getting that kind of raking sound in, even from just doing that, even though the open strings are still ringing. And for the open strings, I'm using palm muting. The flesh of my right hand is resting lightly on top of the strings, just in front of the saddle. So if you combine those two things, instead of hearing a chord sound like this, it sounds like this. Right? You can still kind of hear the nature of the chord, and it happens fast too. Down, up, mute, up, mute. And you're kind of really attacking it. Down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, up. So that brings me to my next point. When you're doing something like this, especially with this particular feel, I'm using that mute to transition chords. Down, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute. I'm transitioning up, mute, up, mute. Transitioning up, mute, up, mute, up, mute, up, mute. Sorry, I did a different kind of chord there. But that's the idea, okay? We're gonna just insert that kind of percussive thing. It's almost like you're adding in a percussion player when you can play a rhythm like that. And just get it feeling good. A couple of additional notes on this strum pattern. First of all, it's swung, right? It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're not playing it straight. Straight would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. It's not like that. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the second one is I'm typically aiming more at like the bottom 4 strings, essentially, of the chord, rather than that'd be aiming at the top kind of half, roughly. I'm aiming more at the bottom half for this kind of feel. So let's try it a few more times and we'll talk about some different keys, okay? So starting on the G, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 4. This is a 1-4-5 progression, meaning the major 1 chord, the major 4 chord, and the major 5 chord in any major key of chords. So this is a G, and if we run the G scale, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the C, 5 is the D. We have a lot of tutorials about this on Six String Country if you really want to do a deep dive into the theory, but I'm just going to give you a little shortcut, okay? If we're talking about a major key of chords, we know the 1, 4, and 5 are major, and that's what we're going for. So we can just run the pentatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a C. Build a major chord there. And 5. That's a D. Build a D major chord. We can do that in any key, any of the friendly guitar keys that we want. Let's take the key of E, for example. Let's run the, I think I said pentatonic before, but I meant diatonic. You have to run the diatonic scale because the pentatonic scale doesn't have the 4, right? So we need to run the diatonic scale. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is our 4 chord. That's an A chord. Or you could do a cool A2 or something. And then 5 for running. That's the diatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could play any kind of B major chord. There's a B sus. So I can do the same thing. Down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, mute, up, down, up, mute, up, down, up, mute. That sounds better. We'll do the A2 and the B sus. All right, so that's an example of how we can play it in E. Let's quickly do the key of C. Well, here's our C. Let's run the diatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4 is an F note, so we're gonna have an F major for 4. 5 is a G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is G, okay? So C, F, G. So we can play F, G, or we can do it however you want to play C, F, G, but we can do the same principle. That's I Love a Rainy Night right there. All right, for fun, for those of you who are interested, let's do A. Key of A, let's do it up here. Diatonic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a D note, so the 4 is going to be a D major. 5 is an E note, so that's going to be an E major. So we can go A, D, E. All right, last key of the major 5 keys that us guitar players like playing open strings on is D, so we'll buzz through that real quick. Let's hit up a diatonic scale. Start that over. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a G note. 5 is an A note, so we need D, G, A for our 1, 4, 5 progression. So let's try it out. Works great. So now we've got that strum pattern, we've got that feel in our bag of tricks, and hopefully we know how to play it in any key that we're going to need to play it in. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave us a comment. Tell us what you want to see us do and what do you want to learn. Have a great day.